Hey guys, we're wrapping up at our old shop here in Plano. It's been one of the last This Week at Vorshlag videos here at our old place. We've kind of got a new setup here. You can see that's going to be another video series we're going to be doing called Between Two Cones. We'll be doing one of our first episodes today, interviewing a former Ford engineer who talks about the S550 Mustang and some of the challenges that they worked through. But today we're going to do a quick walk through the shop before we wrap things up and start the move. We're going to cover a few cars that are leaving today, 2 key cars that are leaving, and some other cars we're wrapping up before we get into our new shop. So stay tuned, let's check it out. A lot shipping out this week. These are just some camera plates left over from yesterday. We have been shipping camera plates like crazy. Pretty much all makes and models. Some more MCSs going out. Those have been coming in pretty briskly. We sold 2 more sets yesterday and a set of Ohlins. We got some transmission shipping this week, I think 3 Tremix. So a lot going on here in the shop. Wheels, oh my God. We got wheels everywhere coming and going. So yeah, good stuff going on here in the shop. So out in the shop area, we've got a lot going on out here. We're trying to wrap up some projects before we move. And it's pretty hectic. We're moving in a little less than 4 weeks. This power brake kit has been here for a couple of weeks. We just haven't had a chance to put it on our Mustang because that car is kind of on hiatus for a few weeks until we get moved. This E92 M3 is about to leave us. It's wrapping up. The monster E46 M3 I'll talk about next time. It's been waiting on a couple of parts for about 3 weeks. It's been driving us crazy. Rear axles and a couple of ABS sensors, but it's already started and run, and it sounds like a beast. We just need to wrap up the front and rear aero and install those missing parts and get this thing on track. This one, another E36 LS swap car. It came in with a clutch noise. We replaced the clutch and flywheel, and the customer had supplied previously and installed himself. That's now fixed. We have our C4 Corvette that has been for sale for a bit. We finally made time to change the tilt and master cylinders, different diameters to get a better hydraulic ratio for better pedal feel. We'll test that soon and put this car back up for sale. All right, a special day here at Vorshlag. We're getting the 330 BMW that we raced for 2 seasons ready to ship to its new owner in Austin. You'll see this car running around Circuit of the Americas using downforce the way it should be out there. We got this car cleaned up, added some more interior pieces. Ryan built a holder for the factory interior light, so that still works. Still has functional air conditioning. Radio, of course, has been removed, back seat removed for the roll bar, and real racing seats and steering wheel, and some proper door panels. Shiloh and his guys did a great job painting the car. They reshot the roof panel, the wing itself, the flares, and of course the M3 front end. And it came out rather nice. I wish we were able to race it in this form, but once I get a car painted and it's ready for sale, usually let it go. And really happy with the way this all turned out. Really clean. Redid the air dam section there above the splitter. Put the silver wheels back on. I think they look a bit better than the gold. It just looks good with all the massive number of stickers removed. That's kind of like how I would run a car if I didn't own a business. It'd be just like you see it. Some number boards, the required NASA decals, and that's about it. All right, here you see Project Rampage. It's also leaving today. It is being shipped out to Anderson Composites in California for them to use it as a basis for some carbon body panels. The fenders and doors are the goal there. We got the body all wrapped up. Made a bit of a temporary steering column here, kind of janky, but it steers. There's no motor in the car, and we're not planning on using the factory steering column. We have the wide body front nose, 01 fenders, some headlights we found, a hood. It's a bit of a mishmash of parts, but they're all OEM. We had to buy some factory pieces that Anderson needs to verify fitment against, so a lot of that's inside the car. So yeah, this will be going out of here today. It'll be good to see this one go and then come back in a couple of months and get ready for building. All right, this EVO 10 came in a few months back, and we've turned it from a semi-gutted street car that was run in time trial to a fully race prepped wheel-to-wheel car. We built this cage. It was an abnormal amount of hours, but it came out really nice. We're happy with that. Added a motorsports defroster, the proper nets, all the padding, steering wheel quick release. The door's been gutted, Lexan added, front and rear. The front are travel windows so they can be removed quickly. We added this cool shirt system for cooling the driver. Big fire system with multiple pulls, a little auxiliary power down here. This quick connect for the battery, so you don't have to climb in the back seat to do it. You can just hook up here and charge it remotely. Back windows also Lexan, carbon fiber roof. Yeah, the travel windows are pretty unique. You pop these two snaps and then they fall out the bottom, and then you can pull it out the top. These Delrin spacers were machined to keep it tight up against the outer seal, so these are waterproof for travel. We used a Lifeline big 4-liter aqueous foam fire system, and so there's a pull here, there's a pull there for the driver, and you can see there's a kill switch there and one here for the corner worker. So we built this window net with the Joe's Racing installation kit here, a little rod end on this end, and a mesh style race whip net. Here you can see the C-Tech battery isolator kit. Shiloh and his guys at Heritage Collision painted the entire interior and did a really good job painting that in the cage, and they cleared and then installed the carbon fiber roof. Like, this guy weighed like 6 pounds, really lightweight. And the key there was removing the sunroof cassette, and it had a 4-point roll bar that was several inches lower, and so this one is almost touching the roof in several places, so you get the maximum amount of room for headroom. The door bars really come out about a foot away from the seat and give you a tremendous amount of room laterally. Doing the back seat on the 4-door was tricky. We moved the main hoop back a good ways, but tied it into the B-pillar here, and yes, it does meet the CCR. There's a lower door bar there and a third door bar in the middle. This crossbar here ties into the tub, and of course the rears are tied in back here at the shock tower. Not an excessive number of tubes, but it's got everything it needs and nothing else. Under hood, you can see the two of the fire nozzles here that should coat the engine and turbo and everything. There's a heat shield here, and we did some, Ryan built some coolant lines there at the firewall. Everything's bulkheaded with fireproof sealant at the firewall. In the back, since the fuel tank is under the car, and those panels are sealed in place with the fireproof sealant as well, there's a surge tank that's back behind this panel, and so that's all firewalled away. Car should be delivered this weekend, so we should see this on track at Hallett with NASA, and he'll be running TT3 and working on getting his ST3 wheel-to-wheel license. No, talk to me, Tim. What have you been up to back here?
Oh gosh, let's see. I have been just making large pieces of metal a lot smaller. We've got some spring perches going. We've got some bearing holders going. This is a finished product. Hard to believe we start with a 500-pound piece of aluminum and end up with this.
Yeah, a lot of scrap.
A lot of scrap.
You made some ride height adjusters this week. First ones we've done for an E36 in-house. That was a big deal. Those will also work on the Mustang. And you did some Focus ride height adjusters recently too. So the ability to get coilovers on a car takes a lot of extra bits and pieces. And with MCS, they don't supply any of that. So we have to kind of make that. And that's what we've been busy doing here. You got bearing holder fixture in here, just like 8 at a time.
Yeah, 8 at a time.
That's cool. Is that E46? That's what it looks like.
That one is S550 Mustang.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's a slightly different shape. Very cool. So it's going to be fun getting these machines moved. I'm really looking forward to that. We got about 3 weeks, and we got to be out of here and into the new place. So yeah, moving these machines takes a special rigging crew, and it costs a few dollars, but we'll have it done. Be up and running at the new shop shortly. Thanks for sticking with us for this little video. One of the last walkthroughs of this shop before we move. It's been fun working here the last 3.5 years. We're really looking forward to owning our own building and no longer paying rent every month. It's a big chunk, and it's getting worse in Plano. The traffic here, the growth in this town has basically priced us out of the area, and that's okay. So don't forget, after June 15th, 2018, we will no longer be at this facility here in Plano. You'll have to call ahead for an appointment. Well, thanks for checking in at This Week at Vorshlag, May 18th, 2018. Don't forget our new series, Between Two Cones. We'll be filming our first episode today. Thanks, guys. See you next time.